Okay, let's dig into a couple of these issues. We're going to give some examples here, and one of the ones that comes up virtually always in the UK is to understand on the investing side of the equation, when we begin to build a portfolio for a client, we want to diversify across stocks and bonds and real estate investment trusts and other asset classes, which vehicle we're going to use, right? And what we find is that an American in the UK, still taxable in the US, has to deal with, on the US side of the equation, the so-called passive foreign investment company rules. And these tax rules in the US are rules that result in very punitive US taxation of any kind of a mutual fund or an ETF or a pooled investment that is registered outside of the United States. And we can talk about why that is, but these rules have been around for a very long time. And so we always have to make sure that the vehicles we're using for the US taxpayer are US registered funds. Maybe they're investing in the UK or in Asia or emerging markets or Europe or wherever, but the fund structure itself is registered in the US so as to avoid violating the PFIC rules. But guess what? The UK has a similar set of rules, and there they call it the reporting fund, non-reporting fund rules. And they say that if you buy non-UK funds, these so-called offshore funds, we're going to tax them very punitively. So the American is left in this catch-22 between these two systems, unable to buy the UK funds because they're going to be very punitively treated in the US, but unable to buy the US funds because they're very punitively treated in the UK. Well, there is a solution that we employ all the time, and fortunately the UK allows non-UK funds to go through a special process so that they can be treated as reporting funds and get that optimal UK tax treatment that's available to onshore UK funds, and those are called offshore reporting funds. And fortunately, a couple of companies, including Vanguard, went out several years ago now and got a bunch of their best exchange-traded funds, ETFs, our preferred investment tool, to be qualified in the UK as reporting funds. So we generally build a portfolio in taxable accounts using those specific funds because they are going to be tax optimized for both US and UK purposes.